Hello Tilted Gamers, welcome to another commentary video. Today we will go over a PUG Halls of Atonement 17 run. We will be diving into each pull with the Brewmaster, and I will try to explain what my thought process was during the run and go over potential mistakes and what we could have done better. Let's go over our party and class composition. We have a Paladin healer, which is on the rise nowadays, followed by an Elemental Shaman, another class that is rising in popularity, and lastly we have our Fury Warrior and our Demon Hunter. The affixes we have in this run was Tyrannical, Raging, Explosive, and of course, Prideful. You can see my talent and soulbind distribution on the screen. Let's get started. Now right off the bat, I want to give you guys a tip here. While you guys, after we inserted the key here, tell your party not to move, because if you don't move, the tank can group the packs easier. And I believe in this pull we moved, and as you can see the two dark blades are already in place here. So here we're going with the triple pack pull, and we're gonna pair it with Lust in a little bit after we regroup them. So our Lust comes in right now. I am trying to group my mobs here as best as I could, and we're stunning them, we're getting the explosive orbs, that is very important. And I'm not using any cooldowns here because I don't need to. With Lust, I don't need to use any cooldowns here. I marked that gargoyle because we have a Venter in the group, and eventually we'll get it controlled and use it on the big pack next. So here, this is a very simple 2-pack pull. The reason I didn't pull big here is because I'm in a pug and I'm not sure how well we can handle the explosives yet. I'm interrupting the Obliterator cast here. Everything is going smoothly right now, so the Huntsman is there, so I kind of chain it right at the end there. This pull is also very straightforward. The only thing that you would need to pay attention to is the Huntmaster's cast. So the Gargans wouldn't, the Loyal Beast, interrupt and stun that mob so the cast doesn't go through. So the Gargans, the Bears, wouldn't enrage. Moving on to the next pack here in a little bit. The next two mobs are going to give us Pride, so that's why I'm pulling small here. And then we're going to go into the Shard with Pride buff. We have one Curse of Obliteration go through, but other than that, I think we're doing a pretty decent job interrupting and keeping it under control. We're gonna get Pride here. We're gonna kill the Pride. One thing about Pride here, there are very simple weak auras that you can get. I don't have this during this video, but I had it. I have it in the next ones. That'll announce, just like he has right now, it'll announce that you have the Pride dot on you, so the party members can adjust accordingly. That helps a lot. You don't have to type anything in the chat, everyone will notice that. And one important tip here, if you have the Pride dot, do not move. Let others move and adjust. That'll kind of stop all the confusions you would have in a pug group. An easier way to deal with Pride. So here, as we have melee heavy group, unfortunately we won't be able to outrange the Thrash ability. But I think even though our healer dies here, we're handling it pretty well. Because of Raging, I'm a little, I feel like I'm gonna have to kite here, and once I do that the mob dies, so it's okay. And we meet halfway with our healer here. I'm gonna pause it here in a little bit to explain something here. Alright, right here. So normally I think a better way to pull this is to get the 2 obliterators right in front of me and then the obliterator and the dark blade to my right side. So this pack and then this pack, the 4 mobs pull together and then go into the shard guy over there. What I did was to pull that platform entirely. It can still be manageable because this is a tyrannical week, but I feel like this is a harder pull to manage during fortified weeks. So that's something to keep in mind. If you guys pull the 4 casters there, it'll be easier. And I'm gonna pause the video again. So the collector will cast Collect Sins ability, and then the obliterator has the curse ability. Those are the 2 priority casts that needs to be interrupted. And the shard, if you have ranged DPS in your party and a healer that can be ranged as well, tell them to stay away from the shard so that way they can outrange the cast when it comes. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. We are managing pretty well with the interrupts and casts. I think we had 1 death, our Demon Hunter died there. In this party, the only one that can outrange it is the Shaman. We have Raging, so the mob enrages under 30% health. Even I try to outrange a Trash here because it has a Raging. Then we go into this 2-pack. Again, same thing. The reason I'm pulling small here is because the next pack, the Houndmaster, is going to give us Pride. And with the explosives, I don't really want to deal with the explosives and get overwhelmed and potentially wipe. So we're moving forward, killing them pretty well, fast. Our Demon Hunter unfortunately died again. Not that big of a deal though. Pulling the Houndmaster. Managing the explosives really well. We killed her even before she cast the Raging ability. And then we have our Pride. As you can see here, the person that has the Pride dot doesn't move, and it's a lot easier to manage. It's on me now, I'm not moving, and everyone can easily arrange themselves so that they don't get hit with this stun. I always save my Touch of Death for the Pride. Here we're going big because we have the Stormborn. If we don't have Venter, this is a big advantage to have Venter in Halls of Atonement. And even in Sanguine Depths, I think Venter is the most effective dungeon covenant ever. I pulled big because we have the Stormborn and we were able to kill them without any problems. We have the Pride buff, that's why I'm pulling big here as well. And we have, I think, Stormborn for a couple more seconds. Shaman has his elemental down. It's a fire elemental, not an earth elemental, but it still does the same thing, it's just less durable. Dies faster. Same thing, interrupting the Collect Sins and paying attention to the Shard mob, the Thrash ability that comes out right now. It hurts a lot when it's paired with Raging, so be careful. And we lost our Shaman there because it hurt a lot. Like I said, we gotta pay attention to outranging that. We're going into the middle pack here, and right after we kill a couple of those mobs, we will get Pride. I'm not really worried because I have my cooldown ready, and I think I may save it for the boss or the Pride. We'll see. I also have my Celestial Brew, so I'm not really worried. Yeah, I popped my Celestial Brew here. I also popped my cooldown. The Pride is on me. I don't move once again. I cannot stress this enough. If you have the Pride buff, or not the buff, sorry. If you have the Pride dock, do not move. Let the others move and adjust themselves. Move only as a last resort. If people are not responding to it, then save as much people as you can, but as a golden rule, do not move. I'm pulling the Stoneborn there. We're going to control it for the boss. We're going into the boss with the Stoneborn. Not exactly sure what happened to our warrior there, but a couple things that I do during this boss is I try to drop first couple puddles towards the wall so that we have enough room to play with once we have to move to the middle with the beams. So the crumbling slam, I try to drop it on top of each other, and if I can't do that, I try to drop it over the wall or by the wall, so that when I have to pull the boss to the middle like this for the beams, we have enough room and not die. Like I said in the beginning of the fight, we came to this boss with Pride buff and the Stoneborn Gargoyle. So it was pretty good DPS increase for us. As you can see there, I dropped a crumbling slam on top of the other puddle. So it kind of helped me save room there for the next beams. The rest of the fight is pretty much rinse and repeat. This is really hard in terms of positioning in a pug, because sometimes people are not fast enough and they go out of the circle. Sometimes they don't drop the puddles at good locations. Lots of things can go wrong if your party don't pay attention to this boss. But in this case, we're doing a pretty good job. We're DPSing the boss well. We're doing the mechanics well. And the boss is about to die right here. For this pull, there's nothing special, just the 2 obliterators. We're getting the explosives and try to interrupt the curse casts. Once we go up the stairs right here, since we have a vent here, I believe I'm going to pull the group to the left, yep. If we don't have a vent here, I usually skip this pack and pull the 2 gargoyles by the stairs. But the DPS increase is so good, so I didn't want to skip that. And I'm combining the pull with the ankle biter since they don't produce explosives, so we'll be fine. And they're easy to kill anyway. Easily kill those packs. We're moving into the next pack. interrupt that cast, turn to stone. It's very important. Doesn't really require rotation or anything. I think the my interrupt is long enough to get it every time. Again, we're paying attention to explosives here. Nothing really special is going on. I'm not sure what happened to the Shaman there, but we lost him. He's waiting to get rezzed, which is a good idea there. If you guys haven't seen my guide on Mythic Plus, please watch it. I kind of talk about time management there, and this is exactly what needs to be done. He's waiting for a res because it's faster for us to res him as opposed to him running all the way back. We're using our invis pots here, going straight up the stairs. I believe one of those slashers give 4%, so I'm waiting for everyone to run up. Here it's weird, I taunted the mob, but it didn't aggro for some reason, and then when I attacked it, the other one came out of stone form, so I had to pull both, but it doesn't really matter. Not really a big time deficiency or anything like that. It doesn't really matter that much. It's Tyrannical, so they don't really hit that hard either. So we just have to deal. We just kind of have to kill them evenly, so one doesn't spawn pride. We lost the Shaman here again. I'm not sure what's going on. I used my Kyrian potion there. I have my Celestial Brew. I'm using it now. It turns out that we needed 2 anyway, so it was okay to pull 2 of them. So we have Pride. We don't have Shaman though. Paladin is trying to res it, but unfortunately the cast time is long, so we couldn't get the Shaman. I do have Touch of Death here for Pride. Always save your Touch of Deaths for the Pride. And if you have a Windwalker in your party and you're playing Brewmaster, coordinate with him so that you can use your Touch of Deaths accordingly. But since our Shaman is dead, as soon as we kill the Pride here, we're gonna wait for him to get rezzed. Here our Paladin is rezzing the Shaman. These small deaths matter so much, so avoid making small mistakes like this as much as you can. I understand like mistakes happen, and that's okay for it to happen time to time, but if you can avoid a mistake, work hard to do so, because it'll that 5 seconds at the end will matter a lot. And here I got the circle. I'm moving towards the ad so I can kill them, and we got all of it, which is good. And here's another tip. When this boss spawns the ads, avoid attacking them until they start moving or actually come to the middle. So when you guys do that, they automatically group up in the middle, and it's a lot easier to kill them together. I got the Stone Shattering Leap again, but we don't have ads for this phase, so we just let it happen. Another ad phase. As you can see here, they all run towards the middle because we don't attack them. And a couple of them are like on the outside, but that's fine, they're still close enough for us to kill them together. My Celestial Brew is up. I believe I'm going to use it here in a little bit. Yep, there we go. Move out of the circle so I don't get damaged here. And the boss is about to die anyway, so it's fine. The next pack, the next 2 pools I think are both fun to do, but also very dangerous. Another Storm Call coming in. Again, we don't touch the ads until they are in the middle, so that we can kill them together. Shaman uses the Capacitor Totem to I am using the leg sweep here to stun them. You only have one mob alive, but the boss is about to die, so we don't really care about that. And we killed the boss. Good job. Moving on to the next room. Here in this room is very dangerous. I do my best to kind of group them and run out. Already I have 2 stacks of the bleed, so I'm saving my Celestial Brew. Now I pop the Celestial Brew, there we go. And remember guys, you can LOS the explosives. So if you wait for the first set of explosives to spawn in that first room and then run out and LOS them, you won't get damaged. It's a good capacitor totem. I'm almost dead here, but survive somehow. Great help with the kiting there. The bears are dead, so we have 2 Houndmasters, which is pretty easy to kill now. I don't have to worry about any bleed damage or anything like that. So we're moving on to the next pool here. I always pull it in here. So as you can see here, I'm moving, I taunted that guy and then moving back. And then this makes it possible that we don't have to deal with that explosives that will spawn in the other room. And that we have a bigger room here so that we can dodge mechanics, interrupt mobs, and stun them all together. We are again paying attention to Collect Sins and Obliterator cast, which is pretty good. We're doing pretty good. I get that Curse of Obliteration cast there. Moving on, since we have Venter, we can pull 2 Stoneborns like I have done here. And there's a way for Venters to get both controlled at the same time. But if we can't do that, then I am going to keep tanking one until the other one times out, and then we can control the other one. I think it lasts for a minute or so. So I'm tanking that extra Stoneborn there for a minute, and then we're gonna control it again. Other than that, this boss is pretty straightforward. There are 2 types of casts. One is the volley that goes, that it's an AoE cast, and then the other one is Bolt of Power, which is just targeted on a single target, which is a tank. So focus your interrupts on the volley of power instead of bolt, and let the tank get the Bolt of Power casts. Here we are kind of all over the place with our interrupts, but it's okay as long as the casts are interrupted, I guess. Not a big deal. And of course, if you guys are targeted with the ghosts, go to the lanterns. Pretty straightforward mechanic. This is a tyrannical week, so it's kind of taking so long to kill the bosses. Even with 2 Stoneborns, it's still a long process. But again, we're doing good time. This was a smooth key. I love this run. That's why I wanted to share with you guys my thoughts on this. Not every pub run is depressing. Most of them are, but not all of them. So I gotta share the good ones. Rest of the fight is straightforward. I don't believe we have any deaths in this fight. Next room, however, with explosive weeks, is gonna be a clusterfuck. So when we attack the ads, there are gonna be so many explosive orbs. So we have to pay attention to the explosives more than we're kind of paying attention to killing the mobs. Right away we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're doing a really great job controlling the explosive mobs here, or explosive orbs here, sorry. We have one go off, I believe. In fact, I'm not sure if we're going to wipe here, but let's watch and find out. Our shaman died again. As you can see, I'm not even tanking the mini boss here. So I'm so busy dealing with explosives, I can't interrupt him and deal with him as much as I want to. But getting explosives are definitely more important than the boss here, the mini boss. Yeah, there we go. I think we have a couple explosives going off, and we lost our healer and our warrior. So there we go. That's a total wipe. I'm going to skip ahead because this is just us running forward or running back to the boss. Okay, I wanted to come back here since we killed both of the gargoyles here, slashers. We didn't have to use any skip mechanics or anything like that. We could just walk in. Alright, there we go. We're back. We killed almost all of the souls. So we don't have to deal with a lot of mobs here. So our job is a little bit easier from before. There will be a lot less explosives, that's for sure. I'm pulling the mini boss here up the stairs. Two reasons for that. It's a little easier to control him, and we're closer to the final boss. And we're gonna get pride here after the mini boss, so the pride will spawn closer to the final boss. So with less travel time, more uptime on the pride buff. Here we go. We got the pride. Kinda get stunned here. I think it's my fault I didn't move. But it doesn't matter, I have my Celestial Brew shield. Unfortunately I don't think my Touch of Death will make it. But we're killing the pride before it reaches the max stats, so it's fine. We have the pride buff, we have Lust ready for the final boss, and we have a little bit over 3 minutes left on the timer to time this key. With Lust, Pride, this boss kind of melts quickly, even on Tyrannical, so I'm not really worried about it. That wipe kind of made me worried, but we recovered really well. I was trying to see which statue is not covered. We got one statue kind of pulsing there, but we covered that pretty fast. Didn't cause any big troubles. And then we would have to deal with one more Ritual of WoW, and then that'll be it. I believe this boss only casts that spell twice. So the second one is coming up right now. I dipped really low there, but it was really well. So after this, there's gonna be a Ritual of Woe. There it comes. I'm going to cover the same statue, so not to cause any confusions. I pop my dampen harm here. We have a minute and a half and 14% on the boss. I think we got this key. So I guess the moral of the story here, guys, even if you wipe, you can still, don't leave your keys. That's one, obviously, but you can still make it. You can still recover it, recover from it. We have 12 deaths here. We lost 1 minute to the deaths. So our key was far from perfect, right? So, but we still did it. So good recovery. Believe in yourselves. Don't blame each other. Play to win, and you will win, basically. And this is the end of this key. Thank you guys for watching. This is the second commentary video that I've done. I really enjoy this format. I believe this, as opposed to just posting long Mythic Plus run videos, this gives me the opportunity to connect with my community a little bit better and explain why I play the way I do. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this video, and thank you for watching.